Some of you might look at your closet sometimes and feel like you have nothing to wear despite having a bunch of clothes. Or maybe you're just getting ready to build up your fall wardrobe and you want to make sure you're picking up the right stuff. Either way, this is my list of fashion essentials that I would buy first if I was starting my wardrobe completely from scratch. I've narrowed this list down to my top 15 items incorporating pants, tops, and shoes. Since we are moving into the fall and the weather is getting a bit cooler, these items are going to be more fall specific, but a lot of them can definitely be worn year round. But let's get into the video. Okay, let's start with pants. In my opinion, pants really can make or break your outfit. So I have 5 different pairs of pants that I would buy first if I was starting my wardrobe completely from scratch. The first pair on the list is a pair of blue denim. I typically go for a light wash blue pair of denim, and these are probably my most worn pair in my entire collection. I do like something with a more relaxed fit just because they're the most versatile. This particular pair is from Abercrombie, but you could go for Levi's. Make sure you're getting something that's high quality because you will wear these all the time. Next up, we got a pair of black denim. I typically like to go with something with a little bit more of a wash effect just because it lends itself to more casual outfits. I wear these so often, and especially moving into the fall and winter, these are a staple in my wardrobe. These are the 90s denim from Abercrombie. One thing I really love about Abercrombie denim, you can actually pick both the length and the waist size, so you can make sure your jeans actually fit perfectly. And once again, the quality on these is phenomenal. Next up, we got olive cargos, and anyone that knows me knows I'm a huge fan of these. I have so many pairs, but my favorite of late has definitely been this pair from Destructive, just because it does have some extra details like the drawstring waistband, and then it has the ability to adjust the bottoms. But you could go with any pair of olive cargos and they're going to be just as versatile, especially moving into that fall and winter time. I will make sure to leave links to everything that I mentioned in this video if it's available, and also drop alternatives where necessary. Next up, we have another pair of black pants, but instead of something with a washed effect like that last pair of jeans, this one is going to be more used for your dressier occasions. You could wear these with dress shoes, or maybe if you work at an office, that's where I typically wear mine. This pair right here is from Cuts Clothing, super comfortable, has a nice flex to it, so you don't really feel like you're wearing something that's super stiff. You could go with something that has maybe a pleat if you like to dress up a little bit more. The point is just to have a versatile pair of black pants that fit you really well, and they can be dressed up if necessary. And finally, rounding off my list of pants, we got a pair of sweatpants. If you guys know me, you know I love cozy outfits. Honestly, that's what I rock like 90% of the time. So a good pair of gray sweatpants is super necessary for me, just for those weekend casual outfits, or you're just maybe stepping out to run some errands. These are super clutch. These particular ones do have a cuff at the bottom, but you guys could rock something with maybe more of an open hem. And I have another pair that I rock very often as well, and that pair is actually from Nova Men, so I'll leave a link to those down below. Moving on from pants, let's get to the tops. And these tops that I've chosen by far get the most wear out of anything else in my wardrobe. So if I was starting from scratch, I would definitely start with these. Okay, the most important shirts you'll need in my opinion are going to be some plain t-shirts. These will by far get the most wear out of any single one of your shirts. I'd recommend starting with just a white and a black t-shirt. Something I found for myself over the last couple years is that cropped clothing looks much better on my frame. Since I stand about 5'8", they just make my proportions look better, and ultimately the whole outfit look better. These options here are from Destructive. A couple more options for plain shirts that I can recommend. You could go for Uniqlo tees, of course the Airism ones, you can't go wrong with those. Also, Abercrombie has some great cropped t-shirts. The homies over at Modern Tones just dropped some cropped tees in white and black, so I would definitely recommend checking those out as well. Arguably just as important as those t-shirts for me is going to be a simple gray hoodie. I wear these so often as soon as the weather gets cooler out. The amount of outfit combinations you can rock with a simple gray hoodie is just insane. When you don't want to think too much and just throw something on, this is always my go-to. I don't know about you guys, but lately I've also been opting for a lot more zip-up hoodies in my rotation, so having a good gray zip-up hoodie is super clutch for me, just because you get the exact same amount of versatility as you do with a pullover hoodie, but you can also rock them open or zipped up. Next up on the list of tops, I would definitely grab a button-up shirt. This could be a bunch of different options. You could go with a classic Oxford shirt, you could go with a short sleeve button-up, or even just something like this. Since we are going into fall, I figured I would talk about a flannel. These get so much wear for me on a weekly basis, and it is the cropped flannel, and these are super popular. They are available as well on Abercrombie at the time of making this video, but this just gives you the option to layer a little bit more in the fall season and just add something that's super comfortable but still elevates any simple casual outfit. Another fall and winter essential I could not do without is having a good knit sweater. I love these for so many reasons, but I just feel like they add some nice texture to any outfit. Plus, you can also dress up or dress down any look with these, And of course, getting into the colder weather, these will definitely keep you warm. Let's get into some outerwear pieces, and one of my favorite jackets of all time is a classic denim jacket. These are truly timeless and will never go out of style. One of my favorites is this one from Levi's here. Of course, Levi's is tried and true for denim. This one is actually a little bit different as well. As you can see, it doesn't have the classic collar like a normal denim jacket. It does have more of a cardigan look. Regardless, I think a denim jacket is absolutely a staple in anyone's closet. And finally, for tops, I recommend you guys have a good black jacket, especially as the weather gets colder out. This will be that option that you just go to and throw on without thinking twice about it. And one of my most worn from last year was actually this fleece jacket from Uniqlo. This got so much wear, honestly, even into the winter months because it was super warm. You can easily layer this up with a hoodie. And when we really get into those winter months, having a simple black puffer jacket will always be reliable. Okay, let's get into footwear, and I broke this down into 4 separate categories that I would start with if I was building my footwear collection from scratch. The first and most important section by far is going to be white sneakers. So of course you can go with something that's classic like an Air Force One, invest a little bit extra, and go for something like the CLB Air Force One just because the quality on these is much better and they'll actually hold up for a little bit longer. When you think about it, you're really getting a much better bang for your buck with something like this. And white sneakers don't actually have to be boring either. You can go with something like this Union Jordan 1 collab that's obviously primarily white, but definitely has some things like that stitching or the off-white color, that sail kind of hit that also just adds some interest to the shoe. The next section is going to be for dailies. This is something that you could rock just not thinking twice about. You'll definitely keep these by the door and just wear them with all of your basic casual outfits. You don't really care about beating these up too much. For me, that shoe has been the Asics Gel Cayano 14. Since I got these at the beginning of the year, they have by far been my most worn pair of sneakers, and I actually need to double up on them soon because I've literally beat these things up, so I can't recommend these enough. Not to mention the Asics are definitely one of the most comfortable shoes in my collection. The next type of shoe I'd recommend you get is a dress shoe. So this is going to be an option that you can go to if you're going to work, maybe you have a nice date night, or even you're going to a wedding. Something that you can dress up with that's not a pair of sneakers is super clutch in any collection. For me, that shoe has been the Doc Marten Adrian loafer. I like these so much because they have a thick sole, so it definitely makes them a little bit more casual than a normal loafer. They're actually pretty comfortable on foot, and it also just expands your footwear collection a little bit, so you're not kind of stuck in just a sneaker category. Now, I saved this section for last for a reason. All the others will absolutely be a priority over these, but if you got those locked down, then I think it's definitely time to add a heater to your collection. This is something that you'll throw on when you want to step out and you just really want your outfit to pop. That is the perfect time to pull out a heater. You'll wear these maybe for special occasions, or maybe you're doing something that you want your outfit to really stand out. That's when I would go with something like this. Those shoes have been the Jordan 1 Lost and Found, definitely one of my favorite shoes in my collection. And one I recently added this year, the Jordan 1 Travis Scott Low in the olive colorway. Super big grail for me, so I'm super happy to finally have added these to the collection. But once again, you got to start with the basics first, then add these heaters later on. And there you guys have it. That was my list of essentials that I would start with if I was building my wardrobe completely from scratch. Hopefully you did find this video helpful. If you did, please do give it a like and definitely make sure you're subscribed for more fall content coming up really soon. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video, but until then, peace.